Okay, hi everyone. We're Team One, and I'm so excited to start this presentation and introduce our app, Acmate. Okay, first let me introduce my incredibly talented and cooperative team. Okay, this is Kana, and now you, Ming, Paris, and me, Amy. So as you can see, we're all developers. Okay, so let's take a look at today's agenda. I will begin with a brief introduction to our project, and now you will then discuss the background, the problems we're trying to solve, and our target users. And then Paris will present our visual design and the production process. And in the second half of the presentation, Mink will talk about our usability testing and the key findings as we're implemented into our app. And finally, Kana will showcase our prototype and conclude this presentation. We all hope you all enjoy this. Okay, now let me introduce our project. Okay, as international students living in Vancouver, like you guys sitting in this room, yeah, we all face challenges when searching for accommodation. We're unfamiliar with this city and unsure of the best area to live in, and often struggle to find a reliable housing. Additionally, scams are a very common issue, making us feel unsafe when looking for a place to stay. So here comes our app, Acmate. Aims to solve these challenges by providing safer and more reliable and a student-friendly accommodation platform. So this is the app designed for us. Okay, now I'll pass it over to Naoyu.
I'm going to talk about our project background. We are targeting international students in Vancouver who face difficulties when looking for housing. As Amy says, students tend to face problems. There are so many scams, no reliable platform, hard to find appropriate place near school. Here are our three key features: verification system, room searching, and reviews. We verify both landlords and students to ensure a safe and trusted community. For room searching, a user-friendly search system to find accommodation based on location, budget, and preferences. Finally, reviews. The students can share their experiences, helping others make informed decisions. Okay, let me introduce how these features solve these problems. Student verification ensures that only real students use the platform, creating a trusted environment, while reviews provide transparency by allowing students to share honest feedback on landlords and properties. These features make the platform more reliable, reducing scams and uncertainty in student housing. And a student-friendly search system and reviews from students helps find appropriate accommodations near schools. These features also help students to, These features also make the platform more reliable, reducing scams and uncertainty in student housing again. Then lastly, our all three key features solve the core problem of international students struggle to find accommodation. Now I pass it to Palas.
Now we'll discuss about the visual design and production process of the application. Firstly, we move to the paper wireframes, which we had the idea and how we're going to make the application and how it will come to look like. Afterwards, we move towards the digital wireframe, so it looks better in the mobile application one. So we decided to go with this one and make it in the Figma one. And after that, we decided three adjectives which we are going to use for the our mobile applications. Through that we decided the colors for it, and coloring. Once we were done with coloring part of the application, we decided to get some feedback for it and make sure that the it satisfies the users' demands. And we got some feedback, and before it, this was before the user testing part, and through that, we made some major changes to our application, and this way we were easily able to cope up with that and make decisive changes for the application. Then there were the two major parts where we made the changes for the wireframe for moving forward for the final prototype. There were the color changes and the UI designs. Because for the previous wireframe, we can easily see that there were too many cards and too much information, but no focus for it. So we decided to make less information and get more of a focus on their part, and made changes to the consistency of the design for the icons as well. The color scheme looks a lot better for the final version. And the colors which we used for these were the uh, initial ones were the white, yellow, and blue and pink. But we changed the palette for that because it doesn't stood out for the application. Now usability test will be talked by the Nick.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the usability test that we have conducted during this project. First, we conducted the usability test with 5 participants from our classmates using note-taking and voice recording. The participants were asked to complete the 5 tasks on our clickable prototype on Figma and also answer demographic questions. Here are the tasks that the participants were asked to complete. First is to create an account on the student verification page. Second is to search the room by location. Third is to find out the favorite list. And fourth is to find out how to contact the owner. And last is to write a review. These are our main key features that help us figure out the area to improve, which I will cover on the next session. Okay, here's findings and recommendation that we get from the participant. I'll talk about like the improvement area and transition we implement from the previous prototype version into the final version. First is on the student verification page. The requirement of the phone number is a blocker to use, especially for international students who might be using their country's number like instead of the local number. So we change from the phone number requirement mandatory to email mandatory instead. Next is also on the student verification page. First, we have an unclear direction of the file format and the sort of the documentation that we required. So we change it to like, we add more instructions on this page and like, so the user can have a clear view of what type of the documentation that they can like upload. Third is the search page. The feedback is that there are too many filters on the search page, which could cause complication to users, as you can see here. So we change it by simplify the search page, make it more clean, and but still allow user to search by the location since the very first step. Next is the search result page. First, it is not convenient for the user to see the room without the map. Here, there's no distance details, so we add the distance details that allow user to click and see the map to see the big picture of such particular area. And last but not least is the write a review button. The user kind of struggle to find the write a review button at the first place. So we make the write a review button like more accessible by emphasizing the color here and like
also adding it to the user profile page for easier navigation. Next, we're going to talk about the design demo and I'm going to pass it to Kana.
So, let me show you a prototype, especially the three key features: verification, searching, and reviews. This is a login page, and click here to create account. Then we show steps for student verification. This app should be used feeling safe, so we clearly write that verification is necessary to use this app. And step 1, user input basic personal information. And as step 2, we prepared 2 options for verification. One is using student email, and second is documents which can prove to as a student, like student ID, letter of acceptance, and so on. The difficulty was that there are so many kinds of conditions which documents students have, so we've solved widely options. This is a search page. We make it simply, and students can click by their school name and search them. And they can add the other filters in here about commuting time and so on. This is a map view. And here is the room detail page. They can see the room information, owner's information, and reviews, and other offering information. The review details can be seen here. And also they can move to the review writing page. About the writer review, they can move from their profile page too. There is some features for writing, especially we prepare that something it is hard to see only from the text. And also they can add photos and videos and add comment and submit. These are the flow of our key features. So in conclusion, working through user-centered design process, we figured out international students have some problems with finding preferable accommodation safety. Acmate is going to solve these issues by verification, user-friendly UI searching, and reviews. Also, we create preferences to show trustworthy, friendly, and tidy. To the students use this app feeling peacefully. Lastly, through user testing, we discovered that international students prefer simple searching process by location and commuting distance, and also clear direction for verification. So we include them to the design to create student-friendly service as well. This is a link for prototype, so feel free to access and try it. Thank you for listening, and we would like to move on to the Q&A. Are there any questions or comments here?
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to present Guardian, our project, a smarter way to find childcare here in Vancouver. This is our team members, Amy, Leah, myself, Priscilla, Errol, Guprit, and Kanta. We are 3 developers and 3 designers. Today we're going to cover the agenda. We are going to talk about the challenge in childcare here in Vancouver. We're going to speak a little bit about the personas, application and description and functionalities in our app. We are going to have a demo application and also the user testing insights.
Yeah, so there are some challenges in the childcare. The first one is availability. Finding childcare is a challenge because the first priority of the parents is the child's safety. So the availability and also the availability of the nannies, it's really a big task to find that. Second one is affordability. High costs are a major barrier because due to the high pay rate of the nannies, the high cost is there. The third one is flexibility. Lack of flexibility adds stress. They are having not that much flexible like schedule. They are having monotonous lifestyle, and that doesn't add that much flexibility to them. So the fourth one is reliability. Emergencies are difficult to manage because when we face some emergency work or some sort of more like important work, so at that work, how to manage the child, where we should drop the child or some relatives. So it's really a big task to do that. The fifth one is balance. Work life balance is really impacted in this because all the parents are working full time, and both of the parents, mother and the father, both have to work to make a good living to support their child. So the work life balance is really impacted when they are having a child. And the last one is insights. Our research uncovers key frustration. There is a really much frustration in while they are handling their childs and even going to the work, even doing all the homeworks and all the office work. So it's really difficult. I will pass to the Gurpreet.
So to make a better understanding of our app, like we have created two personas. So first is Emily Carter. She is a student who is 27 years old, and she is a mother as well as she works as a part-time in Vancouver and has one child. So the goal she expects from our app is she wants last-minute childcare, and she because she is a she works as a part-time and she's also a student. She has unexpected schedules, and also she as she works part-time, she wants childcare to be affordable, and everyone wants that their child is in better is in good hands. So she wants a trusted caregiver. And so if I talk about the other personas like Sophia Mendes, like she's 36 and she works as a full time in as a marketing manager, and as she's having two children, and like she works as a full time, she has a tight schedule, and she lives in Burnaby, and the goal she expects from our app is like the flexible childcare solutions, and she wants to balance work and family, and she wants to reduce stress because obviously it's going to be stressful when you have two children to take care of, and also the work, and she also wants that their children is in better hands. So and she also want to maintain career growth and also improve work and life balance. Over to you, Ed.
So the application description and functionalities that we offer are the good search engine that we have for the childcare, which we can easily find nearby caregivers with availability on our children. So on next is instant booking. So we have real-time confirmation for bookings between children, between families and the caregivers. Also, the flexibility that we offer for nannies that can be instantly that can be sent in last minute to emergency bookings that parents might have. Trust and safety features. We have a verified profile, background check on nannies, and also we have reviews of people that have previously ordered the service of the nanny, and also the payment and subscription. We have a lot of options, and the payments are secure by bank or by PayPal, and it's flexible, and it has flexible pricing plans for certain services. So we go next with Leah.
Hello guys, so I'm going to explain about the demo app now. You guys can scan it and try the prototype. So now let's jump straight into the app and pretend we are already signed in. So upon entering the dashboard, user can immediately see the recommended babysitter and the filter option. This makes it easy for user to find a sitter based on their location, daytime or nighttime availability. And there are also a promotional banner display on the bottom. Moving to the filter page, user can refine their search. Various criteria such as location, preferred rating, hourly wage, qualification, like first aid, others, and the child age. And also the specific availability days and like the user can pick the dates and also hours. So once filters are set, the app display a list of babysitter matching the user's preferences. Each sitter's or nanny profile include name, rating, years of experience, hourly wage, and user review. So now let's take a closer look at the babysitter profile. This section offers more detailed filtering with three main tabs: service, about, and review. The service display hourly wage details of if the hours, time needed, and holidays. We designed the booking page on this screen also. So on the about, it shows sitters profile, skills, location, and also we add the photo galleries. So the review page is also provide the feedback from the previous users. So if a user wants to connect with the babysitter before booking, they can click on the message icon. This allows them to chat and have a conversation first, or user can call or video call for having an interview detailed with the sitter before book. There are also, so there are also an option to block the sitter if the user feel uncomfortable or unsure. Now let's go back to the booking process. So after selecting a date and a time, user are prompts. So after click the date and the time availability, user are prompted to enter their child details, including name, age, gender. We can prompt like any allergies to the kids' favorite activities and additional notes. Next, the payment page appears. Here, user can see like estimate total costs, date and time details, and available payment. If they want to change the date, also they can do that. Yes, so this is the if the payment success and it goes to the app also, it's like my bookings page, which tracks the status of past, upcoming, and pending nanny that have been reservation. Lastly, in the profile section, user can update their personal information, location, and payment details. Yes. So I think that concludes all the demo for this prototype. I will now hand it over to Kanta.
Okay, so let's move on to user testing insert. We ask the users to complete a couple of tasks using the prototype and give us the feedback. Today I will present two key findings from the feedback we got. First of all, nanny profile page. Previously, we put all information about nanny into one page, such as like a self-introduction, availability, certification, and otherwise something like that. So, but however, many users feel that they have to book a nanny before important information is provided, and they don't have enough information to make a decision to choose a nanny. So, but the parents often research nannies before deciding whether to ask for one, before the quality of, because the quality of child care is defined from nanny to nanny, and they want to ensure their child safety and well-being. And this is how we think and how we improve the nanny profile page. As you can see, we categorize necessary information into three groups to facilitate information gathering, like services and about and review space. So when you move to service space, you can see the hourly and availability, and about if you can see the self-introduction of nanny and the skills and something like that. And yeah, so this screen provide parents with nanny information they need in an easy-to-read format to proceed with the reservation process. And next page is navigation bar. So previously, we put the back button and profile and the menu button at the bottom at the top of the screen. So, but users get bothered because they couldn't easily get to the main features they needed and difficult to touch the button with one hand. So this is how we think and how we improve navigation bar. We press the navigation menu at the bottom of the screen for easy user access, home button and chat and my booking and profile. Whenever you can access the 4 key features. This navigation menu makes it easier to users to find what they need, and they don't have to work as hard. And these are two key findings from user test inside and UI improvement. Thank you. Do you have any question and comment?
I'm Aisa, and we are group 3. For this presentation, we are going to talk about how we improve our app EcoScan. Before we deep dive into our app, our presentation will cover these agendas.
Okay, the first topic is understanding the problem. So, we as newcomers know from our own experience that recycling can be challenging, even more so coming from countries where recycling is not yet a culture. That's why we want to find a way to make recycling simple and easy. So, we present you EcoScan as the solution. EcoScan is a recycling that simplifies waste sorting using these three key features. First, scanning technology. Scanning technology provides instant recycling guidance and collection day reminders. Next one, collection schedule. Collection schedule sends reminders so you won't miss it again at the collection day. Then, community. EcoScan is more than a tool. It is a community. Users can share tips, ask questions, and learn together. Plus, our AI chatbot offers instant answer to recycling and any recycling-related query. Last but not least, reward system. To create a recycling habit on our users, we created a recycling reward system to make recycling simple and engaging also. Then, target audience. To define our target audience and ensure our app truly meets their needs, we created 2 personas. So let me introduce you to Elias. Elias is a newcomer that recently moved to Vancouver, and he thinks that recycling rules are overwhelming and he needs a way to sort his waste easily. And then we have Cameron. Cameron is a university student that usually misses their collection days and does not have enough time to recycle. She thinks recycling is time consuming.
In this section, we'll walk through our journey from initial idea to high fidelity mockups. We started our design process with hand-drawn sketches to brainstorm and map out the core functionalities of our app. From the left, from its home and scan result and reward. We initially focused on scanning race, chatbot, and reward. At this stage, our goal was to quickly visualize and establish the basic flow of the app. Next, we digitized them into Figma to refine the layout and user flow. By working in Figma, we were able to make this structure more concrete and focusing on the connections between features and improving the overall user experience. After completing the wireframes, we define our design direction by choosing 3 adjectives: reliable, engaging, and eco-friendly. These adjectives reflect the overall tone and goals of our app. For the color palette, we selected dark green and light green to evoke a sense of nature and health, while neon green was used to add vibrancy and highlight key features. Sky blue was chosen to bring a sense of calm and serenity, often associated with the sky. In terms of design principles, we use monochromatic scheme with the greens to maintain consistency, and analogous color scheme by incorporating sky blue to create a natural and harmonious color transition. These choices helped us build a visually cohesive and user-friendly interface. Finally, after several iterations and user research, we landed our high-fidelity mockups. Here are the few screens. From the left, it's home and scan, chatbot, and rewards. We applied our defined color palette and design principle to create consistent and visually appealing interface. By far, I explained the design processes, and as far as I explained the design process we walked through, I'll hand over it to Jonga for next step.
Okay, let's talk about the usability test. I'm going to cover what we have done for the test. We have created a clickable prototype using high-fidelity mockups and asked 6 people to test it through 5 different tasks. So as you can see, there are like 5 different tasks. So for the first task, we asked them to try to scan a waste to determine proper disposal methods. And for the second task, we requested them to find a chatbot within the app. The third one was finding out where to redeem the points earned through recycling efforts. Fourthly, we asked them to check the schedule for organic waste collection. The final task was to find the community section to ask others about local recycling practices. So that was all about the task review. So let's move on to the key findings. I'll pass it to Kumar.
Thank you. Let's talk about the key findings. What went well for us is actually the visual appealing design that we have, and that helped us maintain professionalism as well as consistent branding. And the challenges we have been faced during our usability test are of the following 3, which are the major and important challenges that we face through. The first one and high severity one is the post button that is missing in our community button and community page. And the second one is in our reward page, there is one more high severity task which we are not emphasizing mostly on our rewards, and it's not visually that appealing for the users. And the other important challenge that we faced was hidden information of rewards systems. Now let's talk about the first one. In the first challenge, the users felt little confusing about the post options in our community forum. This we have further worked on and developed a dedicated post button on, so that the users can easily find it on the top right, you can see it on the screen. And we also added a new screen so that the users can post their into the communities. And the second challenge is like the hidden information of rewards system, where the users felt little confusing how to reward their points and wait, because it's completely at the bottom of the page, as you can see. So that we worked on and we moved it in such a way that it is next to our reward systems and reward points, where they can so easily find how the rewarding claim the rewards as well. Apart from this, we also worked on our calendar events, in which users felt little like distracted due to the icons placements in our collection schedule page, in which so we reworked on it and we made in such a way that we changed it from we removed the unnecessary icons on the left, and we made it in visually appealing manner so that the users feel more connected to the information that we are sharing on. And now let's move to the demo. I will hand it to Daniel. Thank you.
Okay, let's move to demo. Okay, here we are at EcoScan. First, we have this sign-in page. Since we are new users, let's sign up with me. Sign up. We have to fill some personal information. This is Elias Dimir information, the persona we've created. So after we fill all the text, let's sign up. We land to the home page. We have some text messages to know where to scan. This is like the first look. What else we have? We have a calendar, points, but the first things we need to do is scan. When you open the scan, you will be able with your camera to scan a waste, an item. When the app recognizes it, it will show up some information about it, if it's recyclable or not, and where to dispose it. If you're unsure about the information, you can check more rules about it. And if you are still unsure about it, you can ask Echo. Echo is your friendly chatbot where you can ask whatever you want, and you can get immediate response. Now that you're sure, you can go back. Here you can check also other items you've scanned. When you think you're done with scanning task, you click complete, and there you go. You just won 2,000 points. You collect it, and now the point status says you have 2,000 points. But where can you redeem it? You can find out where to redeem it from 2 points. From here, from home page, and you can also go to rewards page where you have all the information, the point you have, how many points you need to redeem a reward, and where to redeem it. You have many partner shops where to redeem it. To redeem it, you just need to go to the shop and then show your barcode. Where's your barcode? Your barcode, of course, is in your profile account. Here you can check your barcode, so you need to go to the shop, say, okay, I have 20,000 points, and I need to have my discount. In this page, you can see also your scanning history, where you have used your points, and you can switch between light and dark mode. You can turn on and off the notifications. But what kind of notifications? To answer this question, let's go back to the home page. If you remember this calendar, here you have all the collection days. So the app will remind you each day with push notifications so you won't miss any collection day again. Okay? For the last part, as I said, EcoScan is not just an app, it's a community. So you can share your thoughts, see others' posts. And to see the other posts, here you have a community. Here's the feedback. If you want to see the whole post, you can go to the community sections. Here you can see all the posts divided into categories, all posts, following, the ones you're following, and how the most popular posts here. You can also post your thoughts, add images, and start interacting with other people. When you post, there's a message that's showing that you have posted something. And that's our app. I hope you like it.
So we're going to talk about the conclusion, and then I'm covering the next step of our application for the conclusion as well. So EcoScan has started with like very simple problem through the methodologies we learned in class and insights gathered from research. We were able to refine our initial ideas significantly. This process allowed us to enhance the app in a way that better addressed the needs of newcomers. Moving forward, we hope to continue improving the app to provide meaningful support and guidance for those adapting to a new environment. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, thank you all of you for your time and for your a little patience that you're going to have right now. And we are going to talk about multiple messaging and social media apps. Okay, I wanted to make a little introductions to give you a context about it. In a multicultural environment like Vancouver, even in Langara as an institution, for example, taking a little sample right here in our program, there are a lot of students who are from different countries, right? So it means that each of you are using different messaging and social media applications. For example, there are like 37 percentage around of Indian people in our program. There are like around 13% of Japanese people in our program who uses Line, for example, and there are other 10 people from Latin America who are using like WhatsApp and many other applications like Crosstalk, WeChat, Viber, and etc. So it means that in this context, we identify, in this context, we identified a need for us to not relying on multiple messaging applications because it's kind of stressing to check every messaging app or social media app. And even people who are here are not only studying, maybe some of you are also working. So that means that you have other applications to stay updated with the work stuff, right? So our project addressed to connect, communicate with new people, and also stay updated with your things. We thought about a application that let the users connect multiple social media and multiple messaging apps so they can just stay in one interface without disorganizing the routine of checking your common or regular apps, okay? Now, we are going to talk about the problem statement, the project information, the target audience, and the design consideration, and last, we are going to see the usability test we did and how we improve our final prototype.
The problem statement. Good afternoon, everyone. As I know, everyone here is out of Canada. So we have to lot of struggling with the application because communication is the key, which help us to communicate with our family member who is in our home country. So the basically sometimes we lost the important messages when we are working like a part-time job or full-time job. Uh, our main problem we have noticed in user like as a student or part-time job or worker that they have to struggle with the applications like work application Slack, LinkedIn, Microsoft Teams, and there are also sometimes they got missed out some messages from WhatsApp and they have to notice all the things. There is also one more major problem is some of us are from China and Dubai and some countries where the WhatsApp is banned or some applications like Line is used in Japan. So most of people use their measure and their reliable application which is used in home country, but in Canada I can see that people are using a Slack and WhatsApp most of time and Instagram for their social media life. So uh, we we faced that the problem is they have to stuck and they have to keep auto update with all these applications and they have to notice all the messages and they have to stay connected with all application. Sometimes they are struggling with the applications like WhatsApp which is banned in the China, so Chinese people have to start using a WhatsApp which is not able to use their family members in China. So I think this is a good one. So they can talk with the Crosstalk. So
So thank you, Deep. And now let me introduce our ideas for this app. It's called Crosstalk. It's a unified messaging app. We designed this to simplify the communication by integrating multiple apps into one. Many people today have many message apps like Instagram, WhatsApp, the LinkedIn, and more. With so many messaging apps, it may create some issues like constantly switching between these apps, and some people may miss some important messages, and they have to manage so many accounts and notifications. So this is especially a problem for international students and work professionals, and this is our target audience. So they usually, for international students, when they move to a new country, they probably have to download a lot of new messaging apps to communicate with their classmates or for their programs, assignments like that. And for professionals, they have many message apps for work or for life. They want to try to find a balance between them and want to find the efficient way to manage their personal conversations. So that's why we designed this app so for the users like that. So now let's move to Zen.
I want to explain why we choose this design process. And we designed it to work seamlessly across different devices. So no matter where you are, you get the same experience. Our goal is to make everything simple and user-friendly, so you can focus on what matters without any hassle. And we chose an analogous color harmony for our design because it creates a visually pleasing experience. For analogous colors, it sits next to the color wheel, which naturally results in the smooth transition. So the first one is the blue one. It represents the user feel more confident in our platform. So the second one is the dark blue color. It acts a sense of strength and reliability and stability in our design pattern. Yeah. The light blue one brings a friendly and claiming effect, and surely smooth and comfortable for the user interaction. The last one is the natural gray tone. It keeps the UI clean and easy to navigate to the apps. by using this color harmony, we ensure that our ad is not only visually appealing, but also user-friendly, providing a seamless experience. This is our low-fidelity wireframe. And this is our first prototype. In this slide, as you can see that the navigation bar is missing some styling, and some sorts of screen are also missing that might confuse to the user. Regarding to our first prototype, we continuously refine our design based on the usability test. For that part, we will continue to explain what we did and what we found out during this usability test. Thank you. This is our high fidelity screen. For the next slide, I will pass to.
Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit. This is our first high fidelity screens, right? You cannot see it here, but the third color is a light blue. I can see it in the other screen, but maybe you cannot see it here. Okay, so talking about this, when we test these colors with the users, most of them were thinking that it was too formal. It was a too formal application. So we didn't change the color, we changed the usage of our color palette. So at the end, we are going to see how we fix that to give the user a different sense of the application. And now talking about the usability test overview, just going a step back, these are the main user needs that we identified in the beginning of this project. So first of all, organized communication, right? People need a way to sync multiple chats or information or groups or channels of information, and it is difficult to switch between multiple apps, right? New messaging apps, for example, people who are just meeting new people who are from different countries and they don't have a common messaging apps, it's difficult to download a new one to communicate with a new peer, right? Missing chats, just because of the first need and the main reason, relying on multiple messaging apps makes the user change their organization and the way he checks the usual applications that the user mostly use, right? And the third one is the translation, and we have a little code here. For example, at the beginning of this program, all of my team were not that extroverted people, but I don't think that they were too shy. I think that there was a language barrier that didn't let them express themselves as they wanted. So in this part, we identified a new need that let the user talk in this native language, and the application let the user as well to translate those messages. Okay? So what we did during the usability test, participants were asked to complete tasks such as connecting social media applications, what we talked about before, filtering and categorizing the chats, translating messages, setting reminders, and using offline messages. And this last one came to us because some of our first interviews interviewed users were talking about some bad connections problem, like they were in some specific way, or their coverage weren't that well or weren't functioning that well, and they cannot communicate with their peers using the internet. Okay, so we try to overcome that situation, and we are going to see that later. And the finding and improvement we learned from the usability test are, first of all, the quality checks, second, animations, third screen linking, we had a little issue right there because there was like two breakpoints in the user experience while the users were testing our prototype, and the last one, the chat translation and the reminders UI. So this is the specification of those findings. First of all, our look and feel of the were you comfortable of the application for the users. So this is a finding, but in the last or in the current prototype, high fidelity. So we are talking about the new colors we changed and everything, and then the confusing categories filter. Some of the users weren't aware that there was a category filter to split the communications between work communications, personal communications, and other communications, for example, family and whatever. And last, no confirmation actions. Some of our functionalities didn't have a confirmation action for the user, so they were not aware if the tasks were done or not. So we learned that as well. Now we are going to see the design demo and our new high fidelity prototype. Hello?
Yeah. Sorry? Yeah, so for the design part, we have kept very simple and easy to user. So we have added the WhatsApp icon over there in the control screen so that user can easily know that that's messages from the WhatsApp. And you can also see in the stories also, you can see we have added the icons of the particular social media, and the user knows that this is from that screen, social media. And the chat screen as well, we have added the social icons somewhere, like but to particular chats to know the user, like it's from that particular chats. And we have added these filters. This is the main key feature of our app, the categorization, like the work and the personal. And these are the link screens once all the configuration is done. And in this screen, you can see the translation. So in the conclusion, I would like to say that we have mostly solved the three solutions in that, like adding translation screen, adding more apps in our app in Crosstalk, and what else we have? Yeah, I think let's go with the live demo. Yeah. Yeah, so for the live demo, I would like to say you need just our number for your, like you need a number. Just go log in over here and or you will get OTP. And in then, this is the screen for the first user if you are new to the Crosstalk, and you just need to add the social media. For this, we have used LinkedIn, and in this LinkedIn, we have username and password. So over here, you can just categorize your spaces like work and personal, and these are the options for the notification and synchronizing contact. And this is the connecting screen. This is the connected successful screen, and once your app is connected, it will look something like this. So all apps are connected, and in this screen, you can just drag and drop your apps from here to here. That's the best part of the screen. And in the chat screen, you can see we have added some filters like groups, priorities, and you can see icons over here. Over here, we have added some filters, this personal, and in work filter, you will see we have added LinkedIn and Slack messages only. And in the channels, you can see we can filter through using WhatsApp, and other thing is we can use LinkedIn. In the calling part, it's similar to other apps, but in this, you will be able to just call through Crosstalk. And in the news feed section, we have added we have pulled other social media apps post, and we have kept the design similar to that social media because to look simple, and the user may not get confused. And for the translation part, we have added over here, so this user can go over here and just translate that language to the native language, to the English. And for the setup reminder, we have added this thing, and the user can just go to that message and click on that. And when there is, yeah, thank you.
Today, my team and I are excited to present our application, MealCraft. This is a personalized meal planning and recipe application designed to simplify meal preparation while promoting healthy eating habits. Now, my team members are Una Regino, Keita Utsuga, Laura Fritland, Tirtha Vinod, and Gaurav Kumar. Moving on to MealCraft. MealCraft is a user-friendly meal planning application that helps individuals create customized meal plans based on their dietary preferences. The problem we are solving is the daily struggle of deciding what to cook, especially when managing pantry items and dietary preferences. Many people either waste food due to poor tracking or spending too much time planning meals. Our app aims to make this process seamless and efficient. So we designed MealCraft for busy individuals, students, and families who want to reduce food waste, save time, and make informed grocery shopping decisions. It's especially helpful for people with dietary restrictions or specific meal preferences. We have three key functionalities. First one is meal suggestions based on pantry items and dietary preferences. The second one is pantry tracking. And the third one is grocery list generator. So the next one is visual design and production process. I will handle it to Keita.
Now, I would like to explain our visual design and production process. We first started from paper wireframes for grocery list generator feature. We also began thinking about our layout structure and what a menu bar would look like, using shapes and lines to divide information neatly. Then we moved our design onto Figma and completed our first feature by adding more screens. We used grayscale wireframes to see the contrast of buttons and containers and the size of our elements based on the feedback, we added CTA buttons and added a drop-down arrow to display categories. Then we began our exploration of color palettes. So with the help of our brand keyword friendly, comfortable, and reliable, our team individually explored color and came back with a warm color palette. We had similarities in our color choices like green, brown, and beige. From this, we chose a color palette of green, orange, pale brown, and pale brown. The color palette is designed to create a warm, inviting, and reliable atmosphere. The grayscale and beige keep the design clean and approachable, evoking the feeling of a cozy kitchen. Orange has a vibrant pop to highlight stimulating appetite and visually priming user for mealtime. Green serves as our base color, representing fresh ingredients, mainly vegetable and fruits, as well as our app's environmental focus. We added more wireframes to the remaining features, and based on the feedback, we decided the visual identity of a typography and containers in grayscale, white, black, or white or black, while having our colors in our icons and main actions, which made food photography pop up more. And this is another example of wireframe for the add ingredient screen. And this is for the smart storage tip screen. And icons continue to be important part of our app as well. There was feedback on making the icons more consistent in terms of style. So we finalized an icon library made by designers from Streamline that had a consistent element of solid thin black outline and roundness. And using a small illustration for food items to make the screen more visually engaging. The action icons sizes were also increased after feedback was given, as it was noted that users would have difficulties to press icons with their fingers. Okay, yeah, we'll go with Gaurav.
Hello everyone. Now I'll be walking you through the usability test overview. The primary goal of this test was to evaluate the user experience and identify the usability issues. To do this, we observed participants as they performed predefined tasks using our Figma prototypes. We recruited 3 participants and conducted the test in person, encouraging them to think aloud as they navigated the app. This approach helped us to understand the natural interactions and throughout the process. So conducting the usability test. To conduct the usability test, we followed a structured approach. First, we briefly introduced the app to our participants who were using it for the first time, and they were given the 3 tasks. The first task is to choose their settings and manage their pantry and search for a particular or the recipe which they want to like. While they completed these tasks, we closely observed the interactions which they made, noting the struggles in which they are confusing and overall the behavior of the participants. Finally, we gathered their feedback on their experience with the app. If I talk about the participants, our usability test has 3 participants from different backgrounds. The first one is Mexican student, and the second one is Canadian UX designer, and the third one is Indian developer, which is designer. They all are international resides who is in Vancouver and away from their home. And regarding dietary needs, one participant had a vegetarian family member, while the other had no specific dietary restrictions. Interestingly, none of them use meal planning apps despite cooking daily. This insights was crucial in understanding how users who are new to meal planning tools interacts with our app.
Hello everyone. I would like to talk about findings and recommendation part. Home screen and navigation bar. Participants in usability test noted that the home screen was confused and lacked guidelines, including the disconnection between the home screen and navigation itself. For improving usability, we included a preview for each section, offering users a better insight into features available. Furthermore, users found that the add button's purpose is unclear. Based on that, we added the recipe button to the home page, as it was only accessible via the navigation bar. The add button was removed and replaced with a grocery button. Next slide about smart storage tips. For improving the transition for the grocery list to the smart storage tips, we have relocated the tip from the list screen to their own individual item screens and the preview of the screen. Because the navigation through the eye icon was unclear and most users unlikely to seek the storage tips from the transition grocery list, we included clearly marked link to show the users can visit storage tips page for each item. We also enhanced navigation by making it easier to access individual items directly from the Smart Storage Tips home screen. The next slide is about My Pantry. Many participants faced challenges navigating through a button that directs them to the pantry item editing screen. The rest of participants expressed doubt about whether the item's icon serves as a button or a link. For enhancing the editing experience in the pantry view list, we have substituted the existing navigation method that uses the icon and name with a specific edit button. Edited item in pantry. Following the usability test results, we have chosen to eliminate the less frequently used information I button. To modify item details, users should click the edit button, which will redirect them to the individual item editing screen. And the last one, recipe screen. On the recipe screen, the continue button at the bottom has been identified as unclear in terms of its purpose. To improve clarity, we remove the continue button and instead place add ingredients to grocery list. The existing prototype doesn't have a designated recipe section on this screen, and it has been recommended to add one to improve clarity and usability. For this reason, we included the actual recipe in the current recipe screen prototype to ensure that the recipe content was integrated correctly.
So based on these findings, we applied the feedback and recommendations to our final prototype. We will begin our design demo based on the tasks that were done by the participants to show its improvement. First, users who are registering for the first time will be prompted to give their personal information and also their cooking habits, their dietary needs, and with the option to add more by editing the other box and their preferred cuisine. These settings will be saved in their profile. Then on the home page, they can view recommended recipes based on what is in their pantry, or access the pantry itself, the grocery list, and storage tips. The menu bar now reflects all of these high priority features. In their pantry, we can view items by category, edit a specific item, and here a quick preview of the storage tip lives, streamlining information based on specific items on their pages. From here, we can access more information on different storage tips for chicken, as an example. Returning to the pantry, we can also quickly add highlighted items that are low in stock to the grocery list. The grocery icon will update itself depending on the items that have been added. In this case, chicken was added, and users can be prompted to add to the grocery list for later shopping, now viewable in the grocery list home. Lastly, in our recipe homepage, which was relatively easy for our participants to navigate through in filtering, sorting, and finding a recipe through searching it, clicking on the recipe photo brings them to the updated recipe instructions, where users can now add missing ingredients highlighted in black to a grocery list and continue to add more if they'd like. And from the chosen items, it gets added to the updated grocery list.
Let's moving forward to the conclusion. While the app core concepts was received critical usability issues such as nuclear navigations, accessibility of key features, and design inconsistencies were identified. Addressing these concerns through clear visual cues, improved navigation flows, and expanded. So yeah, let's thank you, and we really appreciate your presence here, and moving forward to answer your questions. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful classmates. So we are the team 6, the best for the end. So we are gonna present our project. It's called Chumlink. So the team is me, Anna, Almo, and Misayo NCD. So this is our app. It's called Chumlink, connecting like-minded people in Metro Vancouver. So this is our summary. It's project background, visual design and production process, usability test overview, design demo, and key takeaways. First, the project background. So the problem statement is that newcomers, international students, and individuals in Metro Vancouver find it hard to make new connections and meet people here with the same interest or, yeah. And then the product is to design a platform to connect people like-minded and here in Vancouver with guided interactions and privacy-focused featuring and to create meaningful friendships. Our target audience is like newcomers, international students, and individuals in Metro Vancouver that wants to make new connections. And the challenge they face is China's cultural difference and trust issues with different, with, sorry, trust issues when forming friendships. Our solution is that we will make with our platforms users to connect people with shared interests. And our key features is interest-based in matching. So in the app, you will select the interest, and the app connects you with people that have the same interest. Connect and chat with guided prompts you will see later in our design, and privacy and safety tools. So the Chumlink, Chum is like body, that's why we choose Chum, and Link is for connection. Typography is poppings. We choose that because it's modern friendly and versatile. You can use bold, you can use italic, you can use regular. And for the logo, we use the symbolism of dots because it means connections, and it's friendly and playful.
Thanks, Anna. Now I'm going to talk about the visual design and production process. So everyone here has come a long way from the idea to just recently our usability testing. And I'm going to show you how our team used the idea and our data from research to come up with tangible screen designs. So first phase, the paper wireframes. This is the phase where we designed the different parts of the app, different features. And this is where we are reminded of the importance of essential user actions like, where's the save button? Like, what's the logical flow between the screens? And then we go to the digital wireframes, where here's the phase where we started honing our skills using the Figma tool for collaboration. We did receive feedback on alternative layouts, and also, again, emphasis on giving the users the control for the app, like the essential user actions. And then for color development, this is a result of our individual suggestions. This is the blend that we came up. And we focus on 3 adjectives: social, trustworthy, and user-friendly. And yeah, looking back, this is how it looked on an individual suggestions. And out of those 3 adjectives that we have, we played around with color psychology. And these are the qualities that came out. And then we just chose the main thing that gives the look and feel of a vibrant, dependable, and warm application. So this is the first phase, first iteration of our high fidelity designs. And this is the part where we applied 2 more principles of design, the color and typography. And this is also what we use in usability testing, and this part is what helped us align our visions for what users really expect when we tell them the features that we have. And those feedbacks are coming from outside and within the team. And lastly, we want to talk about the design system that we have. So as a team of 5 hands-on, continuously collaborating and doing a lot of things, different parts of the screen, we use this design system to help us to be consistent and to be in uniform, so that our screens will feel related with each other, even though individuals work on them. And then, yeah, we chose the color, which part we should use these colors, what typography, like how we present the information. We collected components of the most frequently used elements, and then the logo. And over to the usability test.
I would like to talk about usability test overview. So we conducted task-based usability test with 3 participants, one student, one software engineer, and one UX designer. And their main purpose of using social app is to connect with family and friends and also use chat and stories. And each session was about 15 to 20 minutes, and we asked them to complete 5 core tasks, including sign up, profile creation, home screen, matching and connection, and chat and scheduling and private setting. And the method of data collection was pre-test question, making observation notes, and screen and audio recordings. We received 16 issues, and we categorized into 3 groups. And I would like to explain 3 issues we faced, including 2 high-ranked issues. So first one is creating profile page. Users pointed out there was no skip button, interested customize feature, or saving, so we added these features as the after screen. And the second one is matching screen. Users confused gesture and design of swipe up feature to move to next matching. So we changed next matching navigation to bottom as the right screen. So, and third is complicated operation in general. So I would like to explain about the chat guidance. On the original screen, users need to click bottom, then suggestion of the chat guidance shows up. But to reduce the operation step, we added suggestion on the chat screen as the right screen. So next, CD is showing prototype demo.
So hello everyone. I would like to give a quick demo of our social connection app. This app is designed to help user find meaningful connection effortlessly. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first we have designed the login interface. So to begin with user, go through we have designed a seamless process for signing up. So if you are a new user, you can just go through signing phase. And here we have an option of login with 3 different ways: mail, Facebook, and the Apple function. So we have some short description and something verification thing. After this, we have quick updates on the verification. So if you click on verification, you need to give your photos and tap on verification ID so that you are verified for the app. The same feature like other social media use to add, to change your username and add the photo or delete your pictures from here. And these are some important things which our app need is the interest on which our app is going to, like, homepage is going to be displaying. So if you select the next, or if you want to skip for the first time, so you can yeah. So this is our main interface of home screen, where each and everything is going to be displayed over home screen. So this is kind of same. You will see that this is same as all other social media app, but I would like to highlight our key features over here. So first is the profile, in which we have added the setting parts. According to the feedback and persona, we came to know that privacy and security is the main key feature from social media, which other social media is not providing. So we have added many features in security, where user can go through and walk through in further. So for example, if a user want to block, so we have this block, like it's block or unblock. And for the passcode also, we have added passcode. If you want to do double verification, so authentication, so you can add this. Yeah, like for languages also, as everyone is here new to Vancouver, so we have options of language, so you can convert it into in your way. The next thing I want to highlight is the matching. Here we have, like our app is mostly focusing on three category of matching with people. First is one-on-one, small group, and the other one is the large group. For the detail of this particular matching, we have the feature over here so that if anyone is confused, what is this one-on-one and everything, they can go through. So for one-on-one, like if you want to match or if you don't like, then you can press on next and you can just go through it. And if you want to change the interface, like if you want to see more than one faces over here, you can just shuffle it and we have this interface as well. And if we click on connect, here we have a chart interface where we have used privacies and archive, mute, search, and all other features over here. And as we got the suggestion about chartboard, we have used these suggestions so that user will be able to easily communicate with each other. One more feature we have added over here is the schedule event, as people were not able to remember which event they were be scheduling and what will be the date for same. So this is the schedule. And if you click save on that, you have this calendar over here. So if you click on, if you want to change into weekly or monthly, we have the option for the same. And we have a chatbot as well. So you can ask a chat to do.
So I'll be walking through the conclusion and stuff. So as you know, like Chumlink is basically for easier and safer connections. And these were the two foundational pillars, user search and usability testing, which we already discussed. And these were the key takeaways, the whole framework that we went through. So user research is foundational. Interview surveys provided us insights that were vital and complementary. Iterative design is the key, paper wireframes, digital wireframes, and finally building the high fidelity prototypes. Also in the end, like visual design and UX goes hand in hand, and these were the factors that we included that we should make note of while designing. And lastly is the collaboration and process. We should have a clear communication between each other, have frequent meetings, and trust each other and the process. So on the behalf of the team, I thank you all for indulging us on a journey for the Chumlink application. If you have any question, then please hit us up.